Hello.
How's it going, Cameron?
Doing well, man. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah.
So this has got to be exciting for you, right? Entering the world of Superman, albeit 200 years in the past. What's it been like so far?
It's thrilling. It's thrilling. And before I was ever an actor, I was just a dude who loved movies and comic books. So it's epic for me to be here. Thrilled.
So you can tell us a little bit about your character and where we find him in the start of the series.
Yeah. So my character Seyg-El is the eventual grandfather of Superman. He is the scion of the once great House of El, that was once at the very top of Kryptonian society, and through no fault of his own, has been stripped of his rank and sent to the very bottom, and essentially is left for dead. So when we meet him, he's been growing up in a very, very harsh environment, and where he has to struggle to survive. And so the elements of this legacy that's out there, and this sense of whatever it was that his family stood for, he's sort of very isolated from it. He's very separate from it. What's real to him, the stakes for him, is just making sure he can get through another day, and that's where we meet him at the beginning of our story.
What are some of the key relationships?
Some of the key relationships. So we in Krypton we have some incredible characters, and as well as other houses, and one of them is with Lyta Zod. And we have a fantastic actor, Georgina Campbell, who's playing that role, and she's epic in it. And so within Krypton, there's a very precise society, and there's a guild system. She's within the military guild. She's a soldier, and Seg is a hustler, from the streets. And it should be oil and water, and especially in a society that is leaning on authoritarian. They're very precise ideas about who you are, what you can do, and what you can stand for. And so for that to happen is an act of rebellion, and that is probably the most central relationship for Seyg in the show as we start off.
As far as, obviously I would imagine one make this your own character, your own version of it, but I was also curious if you, as an actor with your choices, if you were interested in honoring the legacy of Christopher Reeve and everything that had come before, and kind of building that in, if you could speak to that a little bit.
Our first exposure with this character for a lot of us would have been Christopher Reeve's magnificent performance, and the credence he gave not only to Superman but also to Clark Kent. And I love his performance and everything that he did as a person too, but for me it's about a new story. This is forging a new path, and people aren't really sure what to expect. And that's one of the most exciting things for us, is delivering a new story that's set within this fantastic world that has this great mythology that we're so proud to be a part of.
So have you watched all the movies, read the comics, so you're a huge fan of Superman?
Yes. I mean, since I could read, I grew up in the time of the great animated series, so I watched Batman and Superman and JLU and Batman Beyond, and so I knew who these characters were. That was the time when nerd culture was starting to become pop culture. And then I think I was 10, I was wandering around a bookshop, and I found that one of those big encyclopedias on Batman, and I was like, there were 3 Robins, and then this guy, and that was the first time I realised how deep these stories were and how interconnected their relationships were, and it blew my mind. It is mythology, and since then, the first trade paperback I bought was Jeff Johns' Teen Titans run, and that was the thing that made me a comic book fan, and I've been buying comic books ever since, still do. Yeah.
So how did it feel when you got this role?
Oh God, I mean,
you
as an actor, I started out in London. I was doing stage, and aspired to do stage and indie film for the rest of my career. So this was something I never even dreamed of. It was so far off the radar for me, and I was just content to be a fan. So now that I'm a part of it, it's a dream. It doesn't feel real. I feel like I'm going to wake up any second.
And your character, will you have help clearing your name?
So much of the story is how that S comes to mean what it means to us now, and Seg isn't a complete character when he begins, and he needs to fill that role as well. So yes, that is one of his primary motivators in this story for sure.
Will there be romance? Because we gotta meet, if we're gonna get Superman, I assume there's gonna be a romance.
I'm sure we must at some point. Yeah. Yes, there is the forbidden relationship with Light Zod. It's the star-crossed Romeo.
Yeah, I know you're not going to tell me if that's where the grandmother of Superman.
Well, we're going to have to wait and find out. Nice try.
I had to.
Yeah, good effort. I applaud you.
I was also curious, is the show connected to the DC film universe, or is it a standalone separate thing?
The thing is, DC is so great in letting people grow and develop their own paths, and we don't want to answer that question just yet, and we want to forge our own path. That's the most important thing for us now, and tell the best story we can, whilst paying homage to the things that have come out before and the things that are coming out now. And I can tell you that there will be some incredible characters that you would be familiar with, who you might not expect to see on Krypton.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you so